Hello and welcome to Soul Sisters Tarot. This is Julie.
And I'm Lexi.
And we are here to do a pick a card reading today. The question that we are asking Spirit is, what do my guides want to tell me right now? So for pile number 1, we have this black tourmaline crystal. Pile number 2, we have a rose quartz crystal. And pile number 3, we have an amazonite crystal. So take a moment to figure out which pile your intuition is telling you is right for you. Yes, you may pick multiple piles. There may be one small message in this, or it may feel like the entire reading is for you. As all of our readings here at Soul Sisters Tarot, we intend to be timeless. And what we mean by that is that whether you're watching it today when we're uploading it, or whether you're watching it 5 years into the future, whenever you come across this message, that is what is meant for you. So all readings here on Soul Sisters Tarot are meant to be timeless. So take a moment to pick pile number 1, number 2, or number 3, and we'll be back with pile number 1 in just a moment. All right, for pile number 1, we have black tourmaline. And let's see what we've got here. We have rabbit. Now is a lucky time. Self-love. Protection. And from the Moonology deck, we have don't let your past hold you back. South Node. Woohoo. Lexi, feel free to join in here.
I feel like we kind of just talked about this in a previous conversation.
I think it may be our theme of the day.
Yeah, it definitely is a common theme we've been seeing in the past couple days, week.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been a lot of healing time.
Yeah. Yesterday we had it was a blue moon, a special blue moon, which was a second full moon in the sign of Aquarius. And in our weekly episode of the Astro Tarot Scope, in which Lexi and I are launching episode number 1 this week. And so in each episode of the Astro Tarot Scope, you will find that on our podcast and on the YouTube channel. We will have a short overview of the upcoming astrology for the week. Going to do it from Sunday through Saturday each week. So that will be in there. And then following the Astrocast of the week, we're going to do an all 12 zodiac sign reading for the collective. So we suggest that you listen to your sun, moon, and rising sign. And again, you can listen to the entire reading or just your sun sign. That's up to you. But look for that. Also in our YouTube channel, there will be a playlist, and they will also be on our podcast. That is the Astro Tarot Scope. So back to pile number 1. So yes, we were just talking about that moon, and this is definitely in alignment with everything I was feeling this morning.
Yeah.
The moon occurred at the last degrees of Aquarius. It occurred at 29 degrees, and then it moved into the sign of Pisces. The sun was in Leo, but then also moved into the sign of Virgo. So what we've had basically over the last 24 hours here is a complete energy change. There's a lot shaken up. It's almost like if you take a tree and just shake it, and all the walnuts fall out onto the grass. Well, that's exactly kind of what this last 24 hours has felt like with this moon or over the weekend. So now is a lucky time. Rabbit is saying, hey, today's your new shot. Today's the new, it's a new day. Whatever you were feeling like was holding you back and making you sad and wearing you down and making you feel ashamed, regretful, just making your heart heavy, that today is the day to just literally leave that and just go hopping in a new direction away from it. Self-love, I love the fact that she's like literally hugging herself. People, it has been tough out there lately. And these last few weeks I've just been emotionally just,
What did I tell you I did last night at midnight? I did some radical self-care at midnight last night. I got out the box of stuff I never got out that people give me, the bath bombs, the body soaps, the face masks, the scrubs, the
All the things
everything.
that you haven't taken the time to use for yourself.
Exactly, and I did them, and it felt really good.
Good. Self-care Sunday, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what it was.
Nice.
That's definitely what it was.
Maybe we can start doing something, some special videos or something for Self-Care Sundays. That sounds like fun.
I think we can do something like that.
Yeah. You have the protection card, which I'm thinking is definitely like an energy protection.
Yeah.
I'm going to double back to that just in a second, but don't let your past hold you back, South Node. Right now, the thing that gets me about this is, and maybe it's what reminds me of this is because my personal South Node is in Taurus, but this reminded me of Uranus just went retrograde in the sign of Taurus, and so there's been a lot of shaking up, and it reminds me of that because, like I said, that's my South Node is in Taurus. It's the protection. I'm thinking we have been taking on so much energy and so much. It seems like everybody has so much stuff going on that everybody's stuff is like bumping into each other's.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been a lot with family and like friends.
Yeah.
Recently too, like you're understanding more of each other and.
Yeah, definitely all this Aquarius.
Yeah.
And that's why that second full moon in Aquarius. Check out that Astro Tarot cast where we'll talk about that more in detail for this week. You'll want to know about that. But yeah, all this Aquarius energy. And I think this entire year has been flavored with that ever since we had that stellium in Aquarius back in the end of January. Life has just never been the same for me since. Like, this is like such a year of Aquarius energy. And I am an Aquarius moon. So now we just had this 2 full moons in the sign of Aquarius, one at 0 degrees and one at 29. Like, and the reason why that matters, why when she said friends and social, why that matters is because Aquarius is the sign that rules the social circles and the friends.
Yeah.
And humanitarianism and just kind of you're looking out for the greater good of all, which we could definitely
love thy neighbor.
Yeah.
I'm getting that.
Yeah. And also that higher perspective of Hawk that we were talking about a little bit ago. Aquarius also is known for that higher perspective.
Yeah.
Sometimes humans tend to get so far down in the me, that they get wrapped up in their own little story and their own little things that they need to be upset about and kind of forget there's this whole picture with like all of these moving parts and pieces and all these humans and all these and everything. And I think that like everybody's just been like, everything's been so much that like close.
They got wrapped up in so much like tunnel vision and they got down the rabbit hole of thinking in their head or something.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that this protection card is saying specifically for you, pile number 1, it's time to do some energy protection work. One of the most simple things that you can do on a daily basis or just when you think about it and you know that things just feel really heavy, just take a moment to send back anybody's energy that you've taken on that is not yours. And then take a minute to call back your own energy that you've scattered out there in the universe. And just that simple little energetic thing of taking all that energy that doesn't belong to you and getting rid of it and then pulling back what you feel like you've lost kind of energizes you. And then I'm seeing her with this, she's got the globe. It reminds me of Mother Earth and the globe, but what I'm specifically drawn to is this ball of light above here and kind of that whole shape right there. And it's reminding me that like to do like that psychic protection of like imagining yourself like encased in a ball or like almost like an egg shape of white light. So that's what I'm feeling like this card is saying. Pile number 1, remember to manage your own energy. And it's not selfish to take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. So I think that, definitely now is a lucky time for that. And I'm thinking that Rabbit is just saying, get hopping on in a new direction. Like don't let the past hold you back. Get hopping on in a different direction. Protect yourself, love yourself, and it's going to be better. Lex, what do you want to add?
Protect the time that you have for yourself. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah. I like anything else?
Your time is sacred.
Let's bring some tarot cards into here and see if I want to develop this message any further for pile number 1. Spirit, how about 5, please? And we only do reversals if guided by Spirit. I know whether they're supposed to go up or down, but I don't normally like reversals unless it really feels like they're guided to be.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Page of Wands, the World, the Lovers, Queen of Cups, woo, and 7 of Cups. Wow. Yeah, there's all your self-love energy right there, isn't it?
I go, yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that would be the Queen of Cups and the Lover's card. This, a lot of times people think that this just means like a romantic partnership lover thing. No, it really doesn't. First of all, this is the Gemini card. It correlates to the sign of Gemini, and it stands for the twins, the duality and polarity, but also the balance of the masculine and feminine energy within you. So sometimes we get a little too much in our feminine energy or a little bit too much in our masculine energy based on where we're at. Like if we're working on a certain project or we're going through a lot of healing or something, we've been going through a lot of healing. This is telling me that balancing your energy, which I think is leading straight off of that. And then the self-love, the Queen of Cups, the World, you're supported.
That Page of Wands is getting like that new perspective, energy,
and a new passion, new passion for self-love.
Yeah.
And then the 7 of Cups.
That new start.
The 7 of Cups to me in this spread is saying start expanding your options of what you think is available for you. Instead of only thinking that there's one thing that you can do because it's the one thing that you've done over and 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 it's become your habit and your routine. How about remember that you have choices? So this is a good time probably to introduce my friend and mentor, Christy Whitman, taught me years ago this trick where whenever you feel like you're stuck on something, do this with your hands and realize that you are like the butterfly. You always have at least 9 choices. So when you want to force yourself to expand your thinking, which is what that 7 of Cups, start over here and just start, okay, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, and try to fill in. These guys are 1. So you see here we got 8 and 9 in the middle. Try to force yourself to go all the way or at least get as far as you can, because you always have at least 9 options in any given moment that you could do. Doesn't mean it's what you're going to do. It doesn't mean it's the logical best choice. It doesn't mean that it's what you want to do, but force yourself to think outside of the box, because I think we've gotten a little boxed in on ourselves, and I think it's time to allow ourselves the freedom to expand a little bit into going, you know what, I can take better care of myself. And this is like you with the box of things, you know, they were sitting there all along.
Yeah. I guess I just didn't prioritize my time enough to be able to think I had enough time to do it.
Right. As we do.
As we do.
As we do. So pile number 1, I think that's what Spirit's trying to tell you here. It's time for a new level of self-care this week. And it is a lucky time for you to do that. So keep going on that pile number 1.
Thank you.
And let's see. Oh, go ahead and put those off to the side. And pile number 2, rose quartz. Let's see what we got here. Grasshopper, take a leap of faith. Full moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. Intuitive nudges and justice. Pile number 2, what do we have going on here?
Someone's got some big things.
The intuitive nudges card says, intuition is the language of the soul. We are all born aware with a profound sense of inner knowing. Intuition is one of the greatest gifts we possess, which keeps us connected to our higher selves, the universe, and to our divine spirit. And then we have this Justice card. Okay, so what I'm getting on this one is that there is something that pile number 2 you've been wrestling with in your head, and you're waiting for signs from the universe. You're waiting for those intuitive nudges, and you're starting to feel like it's unfair that they're not coming, that you've been stuck a little bit too long. And the full moon in Gemini card came out and said the answers you need are coming.
I'm thinking like with the grasshopper, you just gotta kind of take the first step to go get it.
Take the first step and have faith, and the second one will show itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm thinking that this Justice card, I'm just looking at the scales and like the Libra, and I'm just feeling like you're going to feel a greater sense of balance within yourself once you get on the other side of starting this, because that's going to take out all of that all the frustration is coming from the anxiety of getting started. So once you, like Lexi said, once you put that first step down, you take that first step, take that leap of faith, and the second step automatically appears, you'll start to get some momentum. So let's add some tarot cards to this and see what
you got to start investing in yourself. You got to start the investment into yourself. That's what I'm getting. The money isn't going to just appear in the bank. You got to put the money in the bank.
Right. I think a lot of the stuck feeling, though, was on purpose that has been coming up through yesterday's full moon. I think we were a lot of us were stuck on purpose because we had to get uncomfortable in order to make the changes
we needed.
Yeah. So I feel like pile number 2, what Spirit's trying to tell you here is that don't worry. We know you've been wrestling with this thing, and it's time for the scales to get balanced here, and your answers are coming, and take that first step. You intuitively know which direction you're trying to go. Take the first step, and Spirit will have your back behind that. And we have the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, the Devil, 2 of Swords, and I feel like there's one more. Oh,
I was just about to say, if the 2 of Swords doesn't come out, because I was just thinking about it, and it came out.
I'm going to have to go another row on this, because I'm getting a message as we go along here, but I don't have the end of the story yet. So I'm going to start another row down here. So pile number 2, you're getting some extra tarot. Let's see what we get here. 2 of Cups. Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely when you just said about the money in the bank, I think this is definitely a business, financial move type of information. And we go from the 3 to the 4 to the 8, which I love because that's showing the moving of the... So the 3 of Pentacles, these people are working together. The 4 of Pentacles, this guy's working on his financial mindset and his saving and investing. And then this guy is working on his craft, the 8 of Pentacles. So I'm liking the building momentum up there, but then the Devil card... Devil card is wanting you to let
I'm kind of getting with the leap of faith and justice card. I'm being pulled back to those ones. With the Devil.
Pop off.
You've been contemplating the decision for a while now, and you know it's right, but sometimes you just got to take that risk to do it. Take that leap of faith. That's the risk I'm getting with the Devil card. Is just to take the risk.
Yeah, and because the Devil card is traditionally in the tarot, like releasing yourself from something that's holding you back and binding you. So that inability to make that decision that's been weighing on you, that the Devil card would definitely be freeing yourself up from the anxiety of not making a decision. And then that makes total sense with the Five of Cups over here, because that's, well, and like we've been talking a lot lately about focusing on the past versus the future, and this guy's focused on the 3 cups that fell over, not realizing there's 2 full ones right behind him ready to take, which ironically the 2 of Cups came out directly underneath of where those 2 cups, so I think that's kind of funny. It's funny placement. The Hanged Man in reverse also supports that same message, because it's time to stop being the Hanged Man, which the Hanged Man is there because he's contemplating and meditating and all of that. But with it in the upright or in the reverse position, he then becomes upright. So that tells me it's time to get going. Yeah. It's time to get out of the Hanged Man. Knight of Wands, that is fiery passion coming on in. 10 of Swords. Yeah, and I think this Devil card is definitely this 10 of Swords, the sword energy here, which is the thoughts and just the anxiety in your mind, is the cycle that needs to end. And we have the 10 of Swords, which is wonderful because that means the cycle completed. We have the Queen of Wands. So, wow, being supported by the Knight and the Queen. The Hermit, going out in a new direction, lighting a new path, being a trailblazer. Yeah, so pile number 2, put one foot in front of the other and take that first step, and Spirit will be supporting you, and I think the answers you need are coming. So good luck to you, pile number 2.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah, anything else you want to add?
I think you summed it up pretty well. I think good things are coming for pile number 2.
Yeah, exciting stuff. All right, we'll move on to pile number 3. These are pretty cards. I hope they came out good in the video. They're the new holographic ones. All right, pile number 3, we have the Amazonite. You have Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. Be proud. It's time to celebrate all that you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it is important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud. Transformation, our favorite butterfly. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. All right. So what you see there?
Right now, I'm going back to the turkey and everything, and kind of being proud of yourself too, giving yourself thanks for what you've done.
Yeah, definitely.
Where you've been, leading into the transformation card of where you've been and all the progress you've made in your life.
Because that's that integration. I think, what was that back in pile number 1, that integration. We've been through so much lately that we almost I feel like it's been shaken up so much I don't even remember who I am anymore right now, because everything has been so just needing that integration. But being proud of yourself and giving yourself credit for all of the battle we just went through over this summer, the energy and the astrology, especially if you are a light worker like us, like if you are part of this group, wow, has it been intense. Is anybody else feeling that? I mean, it's like, oh my God. Our little group over here, just wow, it has been intense. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Just like this butterfly, the transformation is gorgeous. I wouldn't trade a minute of it. We have learned and grown, and I think we have come together. We've done a lifetime of healing the last,
6 months?
Yeah.
8 months?
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, the last 12 weeks has just been nuts. So I'm not sure if the rest of you guys are feeling that. I'm assuming you are. We would love to see in the comments what you've been going through there, and if how your soul group is getting through this summer. The last card we have here is your commitment is being tested, which is exactly, and I was telling you the other day, Lexi's a little bit new to this spiritual industry as far as career-wise going. Yes, she is my daughter, and she has grown up with the spiritual things all around her, and she has all of those innate gifts and loves that. But once you start making a business out of something spiritual, out of your gifts and offering your service, Spirit seems to do this thing, and that it is test your commitment. So I think a lot of, especially what you've been going through personally, because of all these changes, that anxiety feeling is because that's purposely here to test you to see if you'll stick it out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but when you're transforming, Spirit seems to do these tests, especially in the beginning. Then it seems to, I've noticed it seems to kind of die down after you make it through that first round, but you never know it's coming until you're in it. But it just seems to happen with every new chapter, every new business, every new layer of growth seems to come with, when you make a big commitment to something, it seems to come with these new tests. So let's add some tarot cards to this message and see what we can develop further. But yeah, I think taking some time out, pile number 3, for giving yourself some credit. How about maybe you have a journaling session, and how about maybe go back as far back as you can remember, or as far back as you need to. And how about go back and make a list of all the things you did do right.
Mm-hmm. And remember to pat yourself on the back sometimes too.
Sure. You want to tell them how to do that?
Can't really.
We literally just reach your one arm over your opposite shoulder and pat yourself on the back and say, good job. Sometimes you need that.
Mm-hmm.
If nobody else is doing that for you, you know what? It's not even their job to, because we all need to learn how to give that gratitude, give that grace, give that pride, give that sense of accomplishment, that sense of inner satisfaction. That is a gift that you give to yourself. No one else can give it to you. And that's most of the relationship struggles that we see, is because somebody always thinks that the other person is here to fix them or to make them happy, No one can make you happy but you. So pile number 3, I think Spirit is saying to definitely be more proud of yourself. Give yourself more pats on the back. Ooh, the Sun and Hierophant. Wow. Pile number 3. What you got going on? 5 of Cups. I'm feeling this one. 6 of Swords. 1 more. Oh, maybe 2. Empress and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Hierophant, the Sun, 5 of Cups, 6 of Swords, Empress, and Page of Pentacles. What do you see?
I'm seeing with the Hierophant, like, climbing up the stairs. Like, you kind of been at the top and kind of remember where you've been. Like, he's trying to remember where he's been in this moment. I'm feeling this.
What did you do? Fall down the stairs and now he has to climb back up them again?
Yeah, he's got to climb back up the stairs.
Because he did all that transformation and healing, and now it's time to build in a new direction.
He's in a good place though.
Oh, for sure. And look at this. Yeah. Look at this ball of light. Look at the smile on his face, and then look at the sun, like literally facing him.
Maybe I think he's just he didn't get knocked down all the way. He got knocked down a little bit. He's just climbing even further to the top.
Right.
In this moment.
And maybe what you can't even see is that maybe this is like a ledge. Maybe there's another set of stairs. Maybe he didn't even fall down. Maybe he's just made it up one set and he's taking a rest on this, and this is the next mountain he's getting ready to climb.
Exactly.
I like looking at it like that too. Like maybe there's more that. So he needs to give himself credit for all. You know what? That's perfect. He stopped off here. I love that. He stopped off here to just take stock and give himself some credit and kind of recap the recent transformation and healing and things that he's proud of, and kind of just recognizing, it's hard being a light worker. It's hard being a spiritual person in a lot of ways, can't help it. I mean, I can only speak from my perspective, but I can't help it. I mean, it's just who I am, and it's drawing me in. But man, sometimes you look out there and you see these people that just seem to be oblivious. And I wouldn't want to be oblivious, but man, sometimes it's tough. So I'm thinking what this Hierophant, which he's also that's the spiritual card of the deck, like the kind of an ascended master card is always what that kind of reminds me of. This reminds me of what I've always called the ledge in my head. And I've always been one of those people that have been a workaholic and always piling too much stuff on myself. So I always feel behind, and I always feel like there's this mountain of things ahead of me that I have to go through and climb and do. Mm. But what I've always noticed is I always was waiting for this magical time, like this little ledge on the mountain where I could everything would just fall into place, and time would just kind of slow down and let me catch up. And I was always seeking to find that ledge. And I realized after years and years and years of overworking myself, it just never came. So now I've learned to give myself the ledge. So that's what this is reminding me of. Like, he just sat down and went, no, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to take stock of this, and then I'm going to keep going. So I love that. 5 of Cups and 6 of Swords, that's beautiful because she is pouring out anything she's ready to let go of. And 6 of Swords is moving that boat and moving in a new direction and steering into calmer water. She's been in the choppy waters and she's coming into calm waters.
You're moving on.
Yeah. So I love that. And that goes back to, what was it, pile number 2, I think it was, with the protection card and the energy clearing. Yeah, this to me is like, take time, sit down, take time to do these things, but also be intentional about what are you ready to let go of. Like, do the mental work of bringing something up, analyzing it with new perspective, doing whatever it is that you need to, however you need to see it, think about it to be done with it so that you can pour it out and move on. This ledge is great for that. And then we have the Empress and the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is definitely a supportive card for new business if you're trying to make money in a new way. Page of Pentacles is an awesome card for that. What do you see here, Lex?
I'm just getting with the Page of Pentacles and the Empress of just being happy with yourself and being happy with who you are. And that.
For sure. So, anything else you want to add?
I think that I'm good. I think I've said what I need to say.
Okay.
These are beautiful cards for this.
Yeah, pile number 3, take time out, sit down, journal, pat yourself on the back, take that little break and give yourself some credit. You just clawed through a lot of stuff, but get rid of it and keep going.
It's that new start for you to keep going.
Yeah. Well, and look at how much, one thing 5 of Cups poured that stuff out. Now look at, we end with the Page of Pentacles standing on one leg, able to balance again. That just tells me how much lighter and freer this one feels by being able to balance on one leg because of getting rid of all this gunk.
Okay, taking that time to rest on the ledge.
And to be, when I'm drawn down here, and I'm seeing that this you can almost imagine yourself inside of Mother Earth. Because this is Mother Earth, and then look, and you are supported by Mother Earth. I like that too. So pile number 3, we wish you all the best, and thank you for being with us on our first pick a card reading here on Soul Sisters Tarot, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.